What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shingi, or Benica, whatever you want to call me. And yeah, thank you for coming back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. So today I'm doing a different video. So I've been living here in Canada for 11 years this year in May. And I just want to answer the most asked question that I get asked the most, like, how did I apply to come to Canada and everything. So I decided today, you know what, let me do a video about it. So if you don't know, I'm from Zimbabwe. I came here when I was 14, 15. So that was like, you can do the math, 14, 15. So that was like about 10, 11 years exactly ago. And it's been 11 years. And since I get asked the most, how did I apply to come to Canada? What can I do, this and this? Let me just start by saying, I do not work for the government. I don't work for the government. So I'm just telling you, like, my story, so you can do your own research and see what works for you. And just so you know, make sure you're being careful that you're not using the wrong website. Make sure you're actually using the official Canadian website. I think Service Canada or something like that. But you also have to be careful because we do have so many fake websites that if you use, you get scammed and you lose lots of money and everything. So just be careful, do your own research, and yeah, be aware, don't waste money and everything. So yeah, let me tell you, I came here, that was in 2014. I was 14, 15, I can't remember, 15, let's just say 15. So let me tell you how I came here. I was 14, and we knew for the longest time that my mom, she was applying for us, but it took her forever, like, to bring us here, because she had to bring 4 of us, me and my other 3 siblings. So my mom, she used the family sponsored by my mom. So I didn't apply for any visa or apply for anything. My mom, she did everything. Siblings, they came a month before me and my brother. So it was a long process, but thank God, by the time we arrived in Canada, we got our, which was pretty nice. But it's a long process, it takes time. But you also gotta know, with family sponsorship, when a parent is sponsoring a child, it's a bit easier than when you're sponsoring your cousin or mother-in-law or your wife. So it's much easier when it's between a parent and a child, or spouses. So if you're sponsoring your wife or your husband, it's a bit easier. But for me to sponsor my cousin, it's a whole different, it's quite difficult and quite challenging. So the visa that I used to get into Canada, or to come to Canada, my mom sponsored me basically. But then again, there's so many other visas you can use. You just have to make sure you have all the qualifications that are required for you to be applicable for that visa. For example, you can use a student visa, but with a student visa, as I was saying, you can use other different visas, like you can use the student visa. So here's what happened. If you're applying using the student visa, you have to show proof, like you're actually planning on going to school. You have to make sure you show proof of how much you have in your account, or that you can afford to come here as a student and everything. Because also when you're a student, you can come here, but you have to show that you have enough amount in your account to pay for the, for the tuition, which is like super expensive. So if you're a student here in Canada and you're using the student visa, so your school fees, I should say, so your tuition is going to be way expensive than someone who's a Canadian citizenship or someone who's a PR. So hey, if your parents can afford to help you and everything, but it's quite expensive. And as long as you can show proof that you have all of that money and you can afford to do that, so that's another way you can come to Canada, that I've seen so many people, actually so many Zimbabweans I've met here, they've used using that visa. So that's another option, so student visa. But here with this visitor visa, you're not allowed to stay for more than 6 months. I might be wrong, so that's why I'm saying you just gotta go and do your own research and see what it says. You can stay up to 6 months, but you have to show proof that you have enough money in your account to support yourself when you come here to visit, for how long you're planning on staying, because they don't want you to come here and staying for longer than you said you were going to stay, and then you can't even come and work here if you use that visitor visa. Because here, for you to to work, you need to show the proper documents and everything. So like your social insurance here, from here. So that visa is just like if you're planning to visit your family, your friends, whatever the situation is, you can also use that visa. But you just have to do your own research. You have to go on the website and see what you can qualify for. And use a work visa. I know my friend, his husband, he came through here. Apply, you have to be super careful, because if you just use whatever website you see, whatever something someone sends you, you will get scammed. So you just gotta be careful with the work when you're applying for a work visa, to make sure you're actually applying through a legit, you know, like a legitimate website, because you get scammed and then you end up losing money and that type of stuff. So that visa, it's a possibility, because I know my friend's husband, he actually came here. So he actually came here using that visa. So it's a possibility and everything. And I've been hearing people asking me about the K8 visa. I've never heard of it, and I'm not really sure, but I've heard my mom saying, so let's say if you have a child, you can actually bring someone to help you take care of the child. But then again, if you bring someone as a K8, I think that's what it's called. If you bring someone as a K8, they're not allowed to work outside helping you take care of the child for at least the first 2 years once they arrive here in Canada. So you just gotta do your research. So because technically you won't be really making any money. So the person who's bringing you, they have to make sure when they are applying for you to come here as a K8, they have to show proof that they are gonna pay you a little bit of money for helping them taking care of the child. Of course, you come and stay for whoever who applied for you to come here. So that's another option. So I've been hearing people, like most people from Zimbabwe asking me about this, where I don't really know so much. So I don't even want to lie to you, because hey, I don't work for the government. I don't work for Canadian government. It's kind of, it's on you. Do what you gotta do. You just gotta be careful, because there's so many websites. Especially when you're applying from outside the country, you can easily get scammed. People are convincing online. So you just gotta be careful and make sure you're being wise, because you don't want to end up losing a lot of money. But yeah, that's all. So that's me. That's how I came here. I was sponsored by my mom, and I'm super grateful, because I had a PR, and after like couple years, like 3 years, I think 3-4 years, we then applied for citizenships, and then I got my citizenship. That was the way, which is pretty nice, but it's a bit different for everyone. And whichever way you use to come here, as long as that works for you and it's real, then why not go and apply for it. And that was it for the video, something short and simple. So don't forget to subscribe once again, and thank you for watching my video. Let me know in the comment section if you have more questions about coming here to Canada. I will try my best to answer you if I know, but for the most part, like I say, I'm just a regular person. I don't know so much about coming here, so I can't really tell you like do this. You have to do your own research, and you gotta be careful, because you don't want to get scammed. And yeah, that was it for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.